The chest pain that killed Michael started 3 years before he died, and he never felt it once. Last Monday, I stood beside his widow, Sarah, as she clutched his favorite coffee mug, tears streaming down her weathered face. "He seemed so healthy," she whispered, her voice breaking. "He walked every morning, took his vitamins, never complained about anything." Michael was 67, a retired teacher who did crossword puzzles daily and could still beat his grandkids at basketball. He'd even had a checkup 6 months ago. Blood work looked pretty good, his doctor said. Yet when we reviewed his medical history, the truth was devastating. For 3 years, his heart had been sending silent distress signals. Slightly elevated blood pressure he ignored, occasional breathlessness he blamed on humidity, that persistent fatigue he called just getting older. The autopsy revealed what I've seen too many times: severe arterial damage, an enlarged left ventricle, and evidence of multiple mini heart attacks he never even knew happened. All from everyday habits he thought were perfectly normal. Habits that Sarah now recognizes in herself. Habits that you might be doing right now, this very moment, believing they're harmless. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm trying to save you from becoming another Michael. As a heart surgeon with over 30 years of watching strong, vibrant seniors suddenly collapse from preventable causes, I've identified a devastating pattern. Most people over 60 are slowly destroying their hearts through daily routines they consider completely safe. Not from obvious dangers like smoking 3 packs a day or eating deep-fried butter, but from subtle, seemingly innocent habits that accumulate damage so quietly, so gradually, that by the time symptoms appear, it's often too late. Today, I'm revealing 10 everyday mistakes that are silently damaging your heart from the inside out. These aren't theoretical risks. They're real habits I've traced back through thousands of patient histories. Each of these hidden dangers comes with a simple solution you can implement starting today. But here's what will shock you. Number 7 is something your doctor might have actually recommended. And number 10? It's killed more of my patients than all the others combined. Before we begin this life-saving journey, please subscribe to Inspired Living and hit the notification bell. Type 1 in the comments if heart health concerns keep you up at night, or type 0 if you feel confident about your cardiovascular health. Now, let me share the first deadly habit, one that Michael did every single day, thinking he was being responsible. This one will shock you because it seems so reasonable, so harmless. Yet it's destroying more senior hearts than almost any other factor. The first heart killer hiding in plain sight is something that sounds impossible: not walking enough. I know what you're thinking. But I move around, I'm not bedridden, I do my daily activities. That's exactly what Michael thought too. He'd walk to the mailbox, putter in his garden, maybe stroll through the grocery store. He considered himself reasonably active. But here's what nobody tells you. After 60, your cardiovascular system requires intentional, sustained movement to maintain basic function. Not Olympic training, not gym memberships, just deliberate, continuous walking for at least 30 minutes daily. When you don't walk regularly with purpose, your blood literally begins to pool and thicken. Circulation slows dramatically, creating perfect conditions for cholesterol and fat to adhere to arterial walls. Your blood vessels, already losing elasticity with age, begin to narrow and harden. This forces your heart into overdrive, pumping harder against increasing resistance. It's like trying to push honey through a straw, exhausting, damaging, and ultimately unsustainable. A groundbreaking study in circulation followed 4,000 seniors for 5 years. Those walking just 30 minutes daily at their own comfortable pace reduced heart attack risk by nearly 50%. Not from medication, not from surgery, from simply moving their feet with intention. Yet most seniors I treat haven't taken a purposeful walk in months, sometimes years. They move from chair to chair, never giving their hearts the movement medicine it desperately needs. Here's your action plan starting tomorrow. Begin with just 10 minutes of deliberate walking. Not a casual shuffle, a purposeful walk, even if it's just to the end of your street and back. Add 5 minutes each week until you reach 30. Walk inside malls if weather's bad. March in place during TV commercials. Use a kitchen timer if needed. Those 10 minutes matter more than you know. Your heart doesn't care where you walk, only that you do it consistently. But walking addresses only one threat. The next silent killer lurks in almost every meal, disguised as flavor. You've been consuming it for decades, never realizing it's slowly strangling your heart with every bite. The second destroyer is something you can't even see on your plate most of the time: salt. Not just the white crystals in your shaker, but the hidden sodium saturating almost every packaged, canned, or restaurant food you eat. That innocent-looking slice of bread? 200 milligrams. Your healthy frozen dinner? Often over 800. That bowl of soup you had for lunch, possibly your entire day's safe limit in one sitting. Even that low-sodium soy sauce contains enough salt to spike your pressure for hours. Here's what this invisible enemy does inside your body. Sodium forces your system to retain excess fluid to dilute it. This extra liquid increases blood volume, putting tremendous pressure on arterial walls already weakened by age. Imagine overfilling a worn garden hose until it's stretched to capacity. Eventually, something gives. Except when arteries burst, we call it stroke. When the pressure damages your heart muscle, we call it heart failure. Research from the New England Journal of Medicine, tracking 100,000 people worldwide, revealed that even modest sodium reduction could prevent millions of cardiovascular deaths annually. The especially alarming finding? After 60, your kidneys become significantly less efficient at processing excess sodium. What your body could handle at 40 now accumulates, creating a toxic internal environment that slowly destroys your cardiovascular system. I treated Mr. Peterson, 71, who insisted he never used salt. His blood pressure readings were dangerously high despite medication. When we analyzed his actual diet, the hidden sodium was staggering. His morning toast, lunch sandwich, afternoon pickles, dinner pasta sauce. He was consuming nearly 4,000 milligrams daily while believing he was salt-free. We didn't eliminate these foods. We simply chose lower sodium versions and added herbs for flavor. His pressure dropped 25 points in 6 weeks. Your rescue plan: check every label for sodium content. Aim for under 1,500 milligrams total daily. Rinse canned vegetables. Choose no salt-added versions. Season with lemon, garlic, herbs, or pepper instead. Your taste buds adjust within 2 weeks. If you've been eating the same breakfast for decades thinking it's fine, type 1. If you've already modified your morning meal for heart health, type 0. But sodium isn't the only morning danger. The very first meal of your day might be setting your heart up for disaster, and it's probably something you've eaten for decades. The third threat arrives disguised as comfort, the traditional heavy breakfast. That sizzling bacon, buttery toast, creamy coffee combination that feels like home, it's actually a cardiovascular bomb exploding in slow motion. After sleeping, your blood is naturally thicker, your vessels tighter. This is why most heart attacks occur between 6 a.m. and noon. Now imagine flooding this vulnerable system with saturated fat, trans fats, and excessive calories. When you consume a high-fat breakfast, especially after 60, your body struggles to process it efficiently. The fat enters your bloodstream as triglycerides, making blood viscous and sticky. Your heart must pump this sludge through already narrowed vessels. The American Journal of Cardiology published sobering research. High-fat breakfasts directly correlate with morning cardiovascular events in adults over 60. Eleanor, 73, came in after a mild morning heart event. "But I've eaten the same breakfast for 40 years, she protested. That was exactly the problem. Her body at 33 could handle it. Her body at 73 couldn't. We didn't ban everything, we modified. Turkey bacon instead of pork, 1 egg instead of 3, avocado instead of butter. Her morning energy improved, afternoon crashes disappeared, and her heart rhythm stabilized. Your morning makeover: try oatmeal topped with berries and nuts. Have Greek yogurt with fruit. Save heavier foods for lunch when your body's better equipped to process them. Speaking of daily routines, there's another habit many consider civilized, even healthy, that's secretly poisoning your heart every evening. The fourth killer comes in a wine glass, beer bottle, or whiskey tumbler. That harmless daily drink you've been told might even help your heart. Here's what those studies don't emphasize. After 60, your liver processes alcohol 30% slower than in your youth. Your heart becomes hypersensitive to alcohol's effects. That relaxing nightcap isn't calming your heart. It's disrupting its rhythm, elevating blood pressure, and interfering with crucial medications. The Lancet published comprehensive research following 600,000 people, revealing that more than 1 drink daily significantly increases heart failure, stroke, and arrhythmia risk in older adults. Robert, 69, came to me with irregular heartbeat despite medication. He proudly declared he'd cut back to just 2 glasses of wine with dinner. When we eliminated alcohol completely for 1 month, his heart rhythm normalized, blood pressure dropped, and he slept better than he had in years. I had no idea that moderate drinking was still too much for my aging heart, he told me. Create new rituals. Pour sparkling water in a wine glass, brew special herbal tea. If quitting feels impossible, limit to 1 drink maximum 3 times weekly. But it's not just what you pour into your body that damages your heart. Sometimes it's what you keep locked inside. The fifth destroyer isn't something you eat or drink. It's the emotions you swallow. Every suppressed anger, buried sadness, unspoken fear creates a physical storm inside your chest. When you bite your tongue instead of expressing hurt, when you smile while seething inside, your heart bears the entire burden. Emotional suppression triggers real, measurable physical responses. Stress hormones flood your system, constricting blood vessels, accelerating heart rate, elevating blood pressure. The Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that seniors who regularly suppress emotions have significantly higher rates of heart attack and stroke. Margaret, 72, never complained until dangerous blood pressure spikes brought her in. Years of loneliness, fear, and anger she'd held inside were literally killing her. We found her a grief support group and encouraged journaling. Within months, her blood pressure stabilized. She later told me, "I spent so long being strong that I forgot being honest was healthier." Your emotional release valve. Write 3 sentences each night about how you really feel. Practice saying, "Actually, I'm struggling with," instead of "I'm fine." Every emotion expressed is pressure released from your heart. If you regularly hide your true feelings to not burden others, type 1. If you're comfortable expressing emotions openly, type 0. This helps Inspired Living understand our community better. Now, let's discuss something that happens while you sleep, something that could be slowly suffocating your heart through the night. The 6th threat sounds harmless: snoring. But loud, chronic snoring often signals sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops during sleep. Each time, sometimes 30 times per hour, your oxygen plummets, blood pressure spikes, heart races. The Journal of the American Medical Association found untreated sleep apnea doubles heart failure risk. William, 74, laughed when his wife insisted he get tested. His sleep study revealed breathing stopped 47 times hourly. A CPAP machine changed everything. Energy returned, pressure normalized. Warning signs: loud snoring, gasping during sleep, morning headaches, daytime exhaustion. If your partner says you stop breathing, believe them. The seventh killer, smoking, needs no introduction. But here's what might shock you. Even one cigarette daily significantly elevates heart disease risk. Every cigarette contains 7,000 chemicals that damage arterial walls immediately. Dr. Patricia, 67, never smoked but lived with her chain-smoking husband. Her arteries showed equivalent damage. After her mild heart attack, he finally quit. "I almost lost her because of my selfishness," he said through tears. The eighth destroyer glows from your nightstand, screens before bedtime. Blue light suppresses melatonin, disrupts sleep, keeps blood pressure elevated all night. Poor sleep patterns increase cardiovascular disease risk 35%. George's perfect medication couldn't control his pressure until we discovered his 2-hour nighttime news habit. Screens off by 8 p.m. normalized everything within weeks. He replaced scrolling with reading actual books. "I'd forgotten how relaxing real pages could be," he said. The ninth killer arrives in paper bags, fast food and fried food. One meal impairs arterial function for hours. Regular consumption transforms blood into sludge. Eating fried foods 4 times weekly increases heart failure risk 37% after 60. Linda ate fast food only when busy, 4 times weekly. Simple meal prep Sundays dropped her cholesterol 40 points. The 10th and deadliest destroyer is skipping blood pressure medication. "I feel fine" becomes a death sentence. High blood pressure gives no warnings while systematically destroying arteries. Thomas, 73, stopped his medication, feeling healthy. 6 weeks later, a massive stroke left him partially paralyzed. "I thought I was being strong," he whispered from his hospital bed. His wife hasn't stopped crying since. Your medication compliance strategy. Use pill organizers, set alarms, keep extras everywhere. Your life literally depends on consistency. Your heart has beaten 2.5 billion times if you're 70, never complaining, never breaking. You don't need perfection. You need progress. Start with one habit that surprised you most. Which of these 10 will you change tomorrow? Share below. Your story might save another heart. If this revealed dangers you didn't know existed, hit like and share. Subscribe to Inspired Living for honest guidance for seniors refusing to accept decline as inevitable. Thank you for trusting me with your health journey. Here's to living on your own terms, with a heart strong enough to enjoy every moment.